What's up, folks? It's your girl Lisa with the Z, and I am here with another episode on a Friday. I know it's been a little minute, but I've been getting settled here back in Broward County, and it has been a blast. We have a bare knuckle fighter today back on our show, Noah Cutter, due to fight this September 10th. Super excited to see this fight. Please welcome Noah Cutter to the Lisa with the Z podcast. Okay. How are you doing today, Noah?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you back on the show again. Thank you so much for telling me about your upcoming fight.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
And you definitely have been rocking the Lisa with the Z tee. Thank you so much. It means so much to me, honestly. What do you think about that tee anyways, just so our viewers can know?
Oh, I love it. Everybody always compliments me when I'm wearing it.
Hey. But so tell me what's going on with this fight camp. I know, it's been a long time coming for a fight to finally go through and be signed for bare knuckle. I know the last one fell through at the last minute. So what's your mind focused on right now?
I'm just focused like I always am. The stuff with the last fight kind of put a little bit of a speed bump in the road. We had like 1 week there where we were kind of in limbo, not knowing where we were going from there. But as soon as Nate Shook, the matchmaker, started saying that we'd probably get in on Nebraska, I went ahead and started planning on just fighting in Nebraska, which was only 3 weeks after the Biloxi card. So we just went right back to training on Monday when I got back to town, and just kept on right where we left off, and been sparring and training since, and now we're just going to move straight to Nebraska. So it's basically just been a little bit extended. I don't, like I said, I don't do fight camps, but it's been an extended period to where I've been training extra hard for this fight. So I'm definitely ready to put in the work.
And what do you know about your opponent? What are you expecting out of this fight? Do you feel it's a well-matched fight?
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup. I don't know a whole lot about him. I've seen from his record, he had a long amateur record, and he has one pro win. He looks like a MMA style striker, but he trains at a boxing and an MMA gym in Nebraska, so he probably has some boxing experience as well. And yeah, we're just expecting a good fight. He's the local, and he's going to bring it, and we're coming from out of town, and we're going to bring it to him.
Right. Now, you've definitely been on a roll with these fights. They are memorable fights for sure. Either you have a really great knockout, or the last one, I think you had like a really bad injury with your nose. And it was like disgusting to see, honestly. I was like, oh my God, Noah. I felt so bad, and I was like, no. But you know what? It was a killer fight either way, and you're still kicking, you're still fighting. What kind of prediction can you say for this fight? Are you gonna try to go for a first round knockout? Gonna try to feel him out a bit?
I'm gonna try to feel him out a bit. We're gonna see. The first round knockout could always happen, but I want to put in the work, and I want to not be so anxious the last couple times. Like the last fight, I wanted to get my hands on my opponent so bad that I kind of got a little anxious and rushed it and did some things that I shouldn't have normally have done moving forward, and left myself exposed because, like I said, I want to put hands on him so bad. And when you look at the fight, the number of punches we threw, the punch count was a lot higher than what it is you'll normally see in a round between a couple guys at our weight. So I think with this one, I'm just going to be a little more not cautious, but I'm just going to be a little more timed with it and use my skill and do what it is I think I could do, which is not necessarily just knock the guy out. It's out point him, out strike him in every aspect, even if it goes 5 rounds or 1 round.
Well, I'm looking forward to that fight. But I do keep up with your journey, and a lot of fighters that I love to watch their growth overall in this industry. What are some struggles that you have been facing the last couple months during preparation for these fights?
Mainly just finances and motivation, It's never cheap to do this stuff, and it's never easy to try to work a job and get this stuff done. And like I kind of explained to some people, that's why I was really upset at my last opponent for pulling out of the last fight. It doesn't really have to do anything with him personal or anything like that. I could really care less about the guy, but people have to understand it's just like taking money out of somebody's pocket. And when you're ill prepared and somebody else is preparing, and sorry about
Yeah, you're right.
gotta get my ring light.
We gotta do it, Noah.
I know.
It's so funny. We had that conversation at Bare Knuckle, and I'm like, you gotta start spitting out all this stuff for sponsors. And look at you left and right now posting everything about sponsorships on the gram.
I'm up there. But yeah, so the finances just really hurt me after the last one. And now I'm back to a good spot. I'm back to where we're ready to go. I'm back in the gym every day, and I got the right amount of time off of work and things like that. So we're gonna be 100% prepared for it.
Yeah. Well, I definitely know that's a struggle with a lot of fighters, myself included, because now I accepted a fight to debut in January for a kickboxing match for XFN. So, now gathering my plan and my team and, my strategy, and now I have to work out my weight cut, and, all of that takes a toll, and finances, and I'm gonna have to cut out some kind of job. I have like 2 jobs now, and I'm going to school. So, it is a lot to consider, because the time that I should be making money, I'm putting into training, and that it is costly, from the travel to, the equipment to, sometimes you gotta pay your coaches, you got all kinds of things that run up a bill eventually during a fight camp. So, I mean, I do understand your struggle, and I'm just in the amateurs. You're in the pros, you're in the bare knuckle series. Is there anything that you see yourself doing outside of the bare knuckle series?
As far as like fighting, or just as far as career?
Fighting? I mean, I want to see a little bit more of Noah Cutter. I know you're a fighter, but there has to be more than you than just
fighting outside of bare knuckle? I've thought about it, but I don't really know. I love MMA, but I don't know if MMA is something I want to go back to, or if I ever will go back to MMA. When I think back to it, it's been right at 1 year, just about now, that I've been bare knuckle fighting and out of the regional MMA. And when I look back at my MMA career, I never really even liked doing MMA. I just liked to kickbox. So I was really just a kickboxer doing MMA, trying not to get taken down. And if I ever go back to a professional besides bare knuckle boxing, I would probably more than likely go either to pro kickboxing, or I've been thinking about possibly doing pro glove boxing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Safe, but all combat sports are dangerous, and I don't believe it's any safer than bare knuckle boxing. And I kind of am starting to see the reasons why. Somebody that's taking, like you said, that last fight, it was a nasty cut. And the fight before that in Miami was a nasty cut stoppage. But the real fact of the matter is those are just face lacerations, and those take stitches, and those will heal, over time. Brain damage is something that you can't heal over time, and you can't get back. So even though bare knuckle is extremely dangerous, and if you watch all of my fights, you'll see exactly why, especially when you're a fighter like myself with those defense to the win sometimes, and takes one to give one. You used to hear that in MMA a lot. Oh, he'll take one to give one. Well, in bare knuckle, you take one to give one, and you can be cut so badly that the fight will be stopped. So I view that glove boxing is a little safer, but it's just, anytime you're doing a combat sport, it's dangerous. And I don't think that there's any, oh, this is better than that because it's gloved or anything. It's obviously, we've seen from just last week with a person passing away, it is dangerous. And it's just, if I were to ever do something else besides bare knuckle, I would do kickboxing or boxing.
Okay, like in the glory, one championship kind of vibes.
Yeah, that'd
Um,
be cool.
well, that's great. I mean, I definitely agree with you with the combat sports. And being a very dangerous sport, no matter what sport it is, you either stand up or ground. You can have any kind of injury happen to you once you step into the battlefield. But yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight. Of course, I will be keeping in my eye on the prize and making sure I watch the fight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank during this last fight camp for this fight?
I want to thank all my coaches, my sponsors, and all my training partners at Walker's Boxing Academy, everybody that's sparring with me and helping me prepare, everybody that comes in on days off. I work in the evenings sometimes, and I've been having to come in the afternoons to get my training in. And sometimes we'll get people to come over there and help me train or spar with me. So everybody that's, and the coach that's been taking extra time this day to help me prepare. And of course, all my sponsors, Mary Jane's House of Glass and Fusion CBD are my top sponsors, and I can't thank them enough, especially after what happened in Biloxi with everything with the finances. They really helped me out, pull through that whole situation, and training is ritual. He just come by the gym yesterday, and we did some photos and some videos. So we're going to do a promotional video for the fight coming up with some training footage. And so say thanks to my brother-in-law he works in Crestview, Florida at Red Level Tattoo Shop. He owns a shop and does all my tattoo work. And times are pretty slow for everybody right now. So if you come to find that you need some work in this area, be sure to reach out to him or reach out to me through Instagram, and we'll see about getting you scheduled to go up there. And thanks to my mouth guard people, Mako Tech mouth guards, and my buddy Dorian, who did my banner for this fight. He did a really good job with this walkout banner. You'll see in just about a week, less than a week now, you'll see this great job that Dorian would do with the banner, and he does all kinds of cool graphics and stuff online. So be sure to check him out.
Well, Noah, I look forward to seeing you back in the circled square again. And I wish you the best on this fight. I know that you will definitely give us a hell of a show. And thank you so much for coming back on the show again. I look forward to having you on again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always good to see you, Lisa. And good luck to your fight. When's your fight coming up for XFL?
We got some time. It's in January, so I'll be training.
Oh, okay. Plenty of time to prepare then.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm nervous, but
I
know it'll be worth it. I like to challenge myself sometimes, so this is my ultimate challenge.
Right.
So
that's right.
We'll see if I got it, what it takes.
Awesome. I can't wait.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Liza with the Z podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes. Have a good one, folks.